don't know what it's called. Right, where you got your arrow?
Why did you put that on?
Right, get this one on your left foot. Right, right foot. Good lord. Right, left knee.
Left what?
Knee.
Left knee, alright.
Lovely. Right knee. Good lord. Head. Let's see how many keep up as you can do.
Alright, not much.
So,
Is it allowed to touch the guy?
aye.
That was only 10.
10. Good lord.
Right, that does not do. Keep you up,
Know what I
please.
mean? It's selfie.
Let's not do. Keep you up, see?
Yeah, we'll play with that. Head. Head.
What? Head? It's in the head.
Head. Go get it. Right, go get it. throwing it, you're hitting things. Keep it on the pitch. Keep it on the pitch.
I don't know if it's still before. So you're going to throw it back to the longer section here till back.
Well, hello and welcome to Ulidia Playing Fields in the heart of Belfast for today's Under-16 Northern Ireland Youth Football Association final. It's between Cliftonville and Linfield, both representing the Northern Ireland Football League. Cliftonville have scored 23 goals on their way to today's final. They will be tough to stop here. The Blues, well, they beat Dungannon Swifts 2-0 in the semi-final. A similar result here today, and that silverware will be headed to Windsor Park. Let's take a quick look at today's teams then. This game slightly delayed in that the match immediately prior to this one finished up a little late on this pitch. It was Coleraine against Crusaders under-13s, and Crusaders winning that one by 3-1. The teams today then for this Under-16 Northern Ireland Youth Football Association Cup final. Cliftonville start with Owen McIlerney in goal. Sean Cassidy, Paul Stanfield. They're captained by Ryan Lagan, Shane McGarry and David Green. Killian McMullen, Eamon Toohill, Emmett Morrison, Corin Madden, a guy who broke some records late last year, the youngest ever first team debutant for Cliftonville when just 15 years of age, and Alfie Anderson on the bench. For the Reds today, it's Sean Duffy, Ben Shaw, who himself has been playing up in the reserves, Jude Quinn, Oren McLean and Killian Murray. For Linfield then, managed by Nathan McConnell, Max Sykes starts in goal, Carter Campbell. The captain is their number 5 today, Jake Hirth, Rhys Davidson and Sonny Trainer. And it's Jack May, Jay Longridge, Cameron Reid, Finlay Ross, Matthew McCann and Stephen Kelly. On the Blues bench today, Max Strong, Ben Mercer, Alfie Anderson, Logan McKnight. He played in the first final of the day, a game in which Linfield's under-15s beat Glentoran by 4-3, and Jack Quayle completes the substitutes on the bench for the Blues today. So this is just about match 14, I think, of 14 today. The rest have already been played through to conclusion or are underway. And plenty of encouragement from the sidelines here for this one. Always brings the crowds, Linfield against Cliftonville. George McMullen, the skipper previously of Cliftonville, and he now is in charge of the Reds under-16s here. A shot there of Ryan Lagan. Reds number 6. And he's gone over to talk to George McMullen. Nathan McConnell, of course, former Irish League player, in charge of Linfield. So plenty of direction given by both sides. Michael Galt also listed as part of the management. And Glenn Ferguson as academy head there, so this is the perfect forum, an opportunity for both sets of players to showcase their talents here. So, the Under-16 Northern Ireland Youth Football Association Cup Final. It's the last game of the day at Ulidia, and we're underway. We'll play 35 minutes each way. Hopefully not need the dreaded 10 minutes each way in extra time. Would go to penalties if it needed it today, of course. So early throw in for Linfield. Ball down the line was looking for Jack May. Ran into touch, and that'll be a throw for Cliftonville. Sean Cassidy comes forward to take it. Quick through from him. And that's picked up by Alfie Anderson. It looks as though Linfield have a bit of defending to do here. A corner kick inside the first minute here for Cliftonville, looking to set a marker down early on in this game. Deep ball all the way across. A chance for a shot which is deflected wide and out again for a corner kick on the other side, and the left foot of Sean Cassidy, I should say, goes across to take it here. Cassidy. Well, that's a great take by Linfield number 1, Max Sykes. Very confident in his handling. Came to get that, and that's just what you want if you're part of the Blues team. If you're one of the defenders in particular, see your goalkeeper come, take that ball with such confidence, instills confidence in you. Throw in again. It's been an active start from Cliftonville in particular. Blues being penned into their own box at the minute. Blues coming clear with possession. Finlay Ross. Ball down the line. He's looking for Stephen Kelly. Picked up again though by Cliftonville. Emmett Morrison came initially clear with possession. So 3 minutes almost on the clock, and we'll talk about the route way into this final for both these teams once the play settles a little bit. Matthew McCann is 7 for Linfield. Lovely spread of play out the far flank to Stephen Kelly. Kelly, he's up against David Green. And the ref has given a goal kick here. So, yeah, Cliftonville, their road to the final then. They registered wins right across the board by 4-0 against Ballymoney United, Lisburn Youth, Myola Park, Rathryland Youth, and then in the quarter-final beating Carrick Rangers. It was tighter in the semi-final. They did come out on top against Armagh City Youth. And for Linfield, they had a bye in the first round. They beat Ballymena United by 3-0, and it was a 4-0 win over Tandragee Rovers in round 3. Slenderest of wins in the 4th round against Bloomfield. Then came that meeting with Glentoran. They won by 2-1 in the quarter-final, and in the semi, the Blues stepped up and beat Dungannon Swifts by 2-0. So, 4.5 minutes almost on the clock. We've yet to have the shot in anger here. Certainly nothing to test Max Sykes in the Linfield goal or Owen McIlerney. Could be an opportunity here. 10 in your picture is Corin Madden. We talked about how dangerous he could be. He's made 9 first-team appearances. Needs to be careful here, the keeper. It's Michael Murney. Good play at the back then from Linfield. Rhys Davison. Calls of Rhys. Give me the ball. The direct ball towards Jay Longridge. Madden tried to take it first time. Ball ricocheted off him and fell kindly to Linfield. Need to be careful here. The goalkeeper has been well involved here. Michael Nerney almost letting in the Blues for an opportunity. He's got that little bit of flair about him here. Michael Nerney. Reminded me a bit of Jose Campos, former Mexican keeper. Like to come out and show his skills. And here is Corin Madden. Madden gets in. The ball just went beyond him in the end. He couldn't wrap that right foot around it, but that gives you a warning sign. Linfield in particular. Almost an opportunity there, and the two centre halves looked at one another. Corin Madden has pace to burn. And hit the side netting there. He's really got the makings of a terrific game, this one. And here is Madden. Madden looks for options. Shot came in initially, and it was fired up and over the top, this time by Alfie Anderson. All the pressure coming from Cliftonville. 8 minutes gone though, and it's scoreless between the Reds and the Blues. Foul this time. As Reds player is down. Referee Jared McCauley goes across to check. And Reds player is back on his feet. Rhys Davison winning not one but two headers in quick succession for Linfield. Looked like a handball there from Matthew McCann. Big switch of play to the far side. There's David Green. Cuts inside. Now the ball's down the line. Cut back, and there is Corin Madden. We said he was a danger man, and he's proved just that. 10 minutes in. It's a fine run from Eamon Toohill, and Toohill put it on a plate for Corin Madden, and Madden puts the Reds ahead against the Blues here at Ulidia in this under-16 Northern Ireland Youth Football Association Cup final. Great goal that. And Corin Madden, he is such a hot prospect in Irish League football, and his movement there is right on point. Talk of the tempo needing to be higher out there. Not sure where that's coming from the Linfield players to try to encourage one another. But maybe it's the Reds as they go in search of a second here. First blood to Cliftonville. It's a good settler for George McMullen's side. A couple of ropey moments early on. Owen McIlnerney thought he would come out and show some silky skills, then a header, and managed to get away with things, which was just what his teammates were hoping for. That's pretty much all that Linfield have seen in terms of even a half chance here against Cliftonville. Back with McIlnerney again. Tries to switch the play to Cassidy. Madden knocks it on to Morrison. That's lovely play from Cliftonville. Morrison invited the tackle from Cameron Reid. They've taken it quickly here, Cliftonville. He's almost caught off guard. David Green comes over, makes a challenge. He's had a strong start to this game. Jack May dispossessed there. Former Linfield player there, Chris Morgan in the crowd. Of course, a central figure at Rosario in later years. Played for Glentoran as well. Started his career at Linfield United, and obviously still interested very much in the youth game here. Got a good crowd here, and they've been treated to a fine goal early on. Longridge. McCann tries to clip the ball over the top and brings in Stephen Kelly. Kelly for Linfield. Kelly, and that's wild in the end. Did the first bit really well, Stephen Kelly. Clipped forward from Ryan Lagan. Lagan on to McMullen. Finley Ross looks for possession and gets it here. Needs to be careful not to show too much of it. And Madden very nearly in there. One lapse of concentration, and the Blues could find themselves 2 goals down. Long ball over the top, and it's caught Linfield out here. And there's appeals for a penalty. And has the referee given it? It looks as though he could have done. Cliftonville player, I think it was Shea McGarry. Eamon Tohill actually it was, who went down under the challenge. Was the Linfield defender the last man is the question. Gone across to have a word with his assistant. There's a big moment in this game. The card is out. What colour is it here? As we're looking, the referee, Jared McCauley, goes across to the Linfield players. And he's given a red card. The Linfield will be down to 10 men. It looks as if it's Jay Longridge who's having words with the referee there and has been given a red. And that's unlucky. Just a big clearance over the top, and Cliftonville potentially could go 2-0 up here. Morrison! And that's a great penalty from Emmett Morrison into the top corner. Linfield goalkeeper went the right way, but it was expertly dispatched into the corner above the dive of Max Sykes. And there's breathing space here for Cliftonville. They lead against Linfield by 2-0. Yeah, so the Linfield player going off wasn't Jay Longridge. It was Jay Longridge having the word with the referee. It was one of the defenders, and it was Reese Davidson who went off. So Jay Longridge was questioning the decision of Jared McCauley. It's always high stakes in these games, but he was deemed the last man, Reese Davidson. It was even Tuhill who went down under that Reese Davidson challenge. And Emmett Morrison scoring with the resultant penalty. Another card there for Linfield. This time I think it was for Cameron Reid. Jack May is up against Paul Stanfield. And the Reds, of course, not only have that 2-goal buffer, have the benefit of having an additional man as well. For Madden looks for a chance to hit again. Finding all sorts of pockets of space here are Cliftonville. Asking a lot of Stephen Kelly. There was Finlay Ross. Yeah, it certainly puts a different complexion on this game, with Linfield having a man sent off. Just a reminder, if you've joined us recently, as we see that shot on target, and that's a great goal back for Linfield. And the Blues all of a sudden get a goal back here, and maybe they aren't out of it. Linfield foraging forward, and Jack May has reduced the arrears here in the 20th minute. Cliftonville's players backed off him. They gave him a bit of room, and Jack May, he didn't need a second invitation here. Took the shot, and Owen McIlnerney couldn't get near it. The Blues have hope here. So Cliftonville pegged back. Do have that one-man advantage. The story of the game so far. The Reds ahead when Eamon Toohill cut back for Corin Madden to score. Lovely move, great goal. Then came a real turning point in the first half. Eamon Toohill went down under a challenge from Rhys Davison. Davison, adjudged to have been the last man. As we look here, Corin Madden. Madden. And there is second goal of the game for Corin Madden. And Cliftonville re-establish that buffer. They lead here by 3 goals to 1. This guy, he's different class, certainly at this level. Playing away in the first team at Cliftonville. And George McMullen has got to use him only occasionally for Cliftonville's under-16s. He slots the ball into the bottom corner. And Corin Madden continues to impress. The Reds had scored a second goal when Emmett Morrison dispatched that penalty, only for Jack May to get a goal back for Linfield. But just as you've seen, Corin Madden, he just gets that moment, he gets that bit of space, and seemingly nobody can keep up with him. A great performance so far from Cliftonville. And they lead 10-man Linfield here by 3 goals to 1. Should be the goalkeeper's ball, and is. Feels a long way back for Linfield at 3-1, 2-1 potentially. They had the chance if they'd have sat in and protected that goal they just scored. But an immediate response from Cliftonville, and it looks slightly more bleaker. Neatly tidied up. This is Sean Cassidy. In fact, it's Emmett Morrison who was brought down. It's Cassidy 3 going to go across to take this. Morrison, scorer of the penalty, wins a free kick. Here comes a free kick. Blues still haven't cleared it. Well taken out of the sky by Green. Jack May challenging. Couldn't quite get to it though. So we're over the 25-minute mark here at Ulidia in this under-16 cup final. Cliftonville with an early advantage, not only in terms of goals here. The Blues having Rhys Davison sent off for a second yellow. Long searching ball over the top should be easily taken by Max Sykes. And is. Switch of play then. Ball clipped down the line. Cut out by the Reds. Matthew McCann. Will he choose to leave this through in? In fact, he takes it. McCann. Down the line towards Jack May. Free kick given to Cliftonville though. Linfield in a struggle here because literally has had to leave Jack May up front all alone and all the other players sitting in looking for a half chance and an opportunity to break. And playing into the Cliftonville game plan, you would have thought at this stage. Free kick by the looks of things to Linfield, awarded by the referee, Jared McCauley. That's well tidied up by Cliftonville. Defending to do here for Linfield and for Matthew McCann. Couldn't see where his Cliftonville marker was, so made the right decision to head the ball behind for a corner kick. Here comes the corner. Dinked into the box again. This time it's taken by Blues goalkeeper Sykes. Linfield trying to drive clear with possession and put under pressure each and every time here. McCann. The ball back and needs to be careful here. Carter Campbell. You can see the intensity of the chase from the Cliftonville players. They're not giving the Blues any time whatsoever in possession. Almost at the half-hour mark. 5 minutes to go until half-time. And it's been a great opening half hour if you're a Cliftonville fan. Finlay Ross with this free kick. Goalkeeper's under it, goalkeeper takes it. McElnerney. There's the ball out and Cameron Reid has it. It's Ryan Lagan now for Cliftonville. They give it away. Here's Ross. That's with Campbell. Looks for options and it's been given away cheaply by Campbell. It's a pace of Corin Madden. Madden has it again. Good build-up play this. Tried the 1-2 there. It's Killian McMullen. Stanfield conceding possession there to Linfield. He's given a throw in away. That's with Sonny Trainer. And a bit of a heavy touch there. Could be a break on for Cliftonville. The ball out again to Madden. It's been jockeyed by Matthew McCann. Linfield do well to stand firm this time. Plenty of sunglass wearers today, which is unusual for Northern Ireland at the best of times, let alone after 5 o'clock of an evening. It's been a terrific day weather-wise. Belfast. Here's Madden. Opportunity for a shot. Brings a fine save from Max Sykes. Alfie Anderson it was pulling the trigger. Very nearly making it 4-1 to Cliftonville. Two and a half minutes then to go to half time. Short ball. And a shot on target, but straight down the throat of Max Sykes from Emmett Morrison, who scored from the penalty spot, of course, earlier in the game. Came off the back of Matthew McCann. Linfield players keen to get the ball back. They'd like another goal back before half time if they could manage it. Inside from Green. The ball has just run out of play. It's definitely going the way of the Reds here. Alfie Anderson brought down. Free kick to Cliftonville. Again, fired into the box, and in the end it's Anderson who heads over the top of the Linfield crossbar. Sykes to Carter Campbell. I thought it stayed in there. Needs to be totally over the line. Finley Ross, it was, played the ball. And his path there. Cassidy to McGarry. And the ball with Lagan. And stoppage time now. Been a pulsating first half between Cliftonville and Linfield. Clearance for the Blues. And there is the whistle. Signifies the end of the first half, and it's been a cracking first half at that, particularly for Cliftonville. Story of the first 35 minutes then. The Reds went in front through Corin Madden after Eamon Toohill had provided the assist. Then Toohill went down under a challenge 6 minutes later, and that ultimately saw Rhys Davidson given a straight red card for the challenge. He was deemed the last man. Emmett Morrison stepped up to score expertly from the penalty spot. Linfield did hit back to make it 2-1. Jack May with the goal for the Blues, but Corin Madden again showing why he is so coveted. After 22 minutes, his left foot shot into the far corner, giving Sykes little chance. And at half time, it's the Reds who lead Linfield by 3-1.
Don't throw far away and then I have to
No, I'm not throwing. I go and play. Go and kick it about there, wee boys.
whatever. I have to come.
Welcome back to Ulidia playing fields in Belfast. Linfield are first out here. They're trailing Cliftonville at half-time in this Under-16 Northern Ireland Youth Football Association Cup final by 3-1. And it was a scintillating first half display from the Reds, who went in front through Corin Madden. Madden got a second in the first half, and sandwiched in between that goal for Cliftonville was a penalty scored by Emmett Morrison. But it was the events in the lead up to that which courted a bit of controversy. Perhaps Eamon Tuchel went down under a challenge. Rhys Davidson was adjudged to have been the last man, and he got a straight red card. Such are the rules in the game. So Linfield have been down to 10 men from the 16th minute. Jack May did score for the Blues to bring them back into sight of Cliftonville. That made it 2-1 before Madden got that second goal for him and the third for Cliftonville. Well, back underway in the second half, in the last of the Northern Ireland Youth Football Association games here today. 14 matches played in the pitches here at Ulidia. And have Linfield got what it takes? A 10 men of Linfield to get back into this. Cliftonville in possession. And they switch play across the pitch. Blues early defending to do for them, as Jake Hirth concedes the corner. Ethan McConnell is the Linfield manager here, of course. What he said to the Linfield players at half-time. Emmett Morrison goes across to take this on the far side. Goalkeeper comes. It's Max Sykes to make the punch. Madden, of course, on a hat-trick here now. We mentioned in the first half how he came into first-team recognition back in November last year. He's made 9 appearances now in total, but he's Cliftonville's youngest ever debutant. That stage at 15 years old. And his quality and class certainly there for all to see in the opening half here. He's number 10 in your picture for Cliftonville. Balls back with Sykes. And the Blues wanting to play the ball out from the back. Stephen Kelly. He'll win. Who's going to win the throw in here? David Green has been excellent. Cliftonville's full back. Mightily impressed by him in the first half. An opportunity to get the cross in. Stephen Kelly resisted that. So new trainer. Now the ball's back. Cameron Reid for Linfield. He was fouled. Morrison making sure he didn't get the ball back too quickly. And that, of course, delays and allows Cliftonville the opportunity to reorganise at the back. And pushing the back there by Shane McGarry. Just needed to keep the hands down. So free kick coming up for Linfield. And Finlay Ross has gone across and he'll take this for the Blues. Clipped into the Reds box and at the back post. There was a fine opportunity there for Jake Hirth, the captain of Linfield. Somehow the Reds scrambled it from the 6-yard box. Ref given here. Fortuitous free kick if they've got one here. Didn't think there was much in it, but in any case, there's defending to do here for Cliftonville. Referee determined to make sure they're 10 yards back. Here comes that Linfield free kick. The dangerous one. And again, it was Jack May. Everything aimed his way. He has scored in this game already. That's a decent start to the second half from the Blues. Switch of play. Opportunity for a shot for Cliftonville, but snatched attempt from Emmett Morrison. Short goal kick again. Jack Hirth taking the ball off Max Sykes. Dropping deep is Finlay Ross to pick up possession. Green. He'll get it back here, David Green. And Tuchel surrounded by Blues players there. Managed to escape the attention though. Short ball this time taken to Paul Stanfield. Cliftonville being afforded the opportunity to bring the ball out from the back, and the Blues can't afford to commit too many men forward given they have a one-man disadvantage. It's back with Sykes. He's struggling to clear their lines, and now the ball is with Cliftonville's Shane McGarry. Green.
Do it! Emmett.
It's a great turn by Emmett Morrison. Lovely play initially. He's just giving away possession very cheaply that time around anyway. Green again, looks for options. Needs an option. Great show of the ball and switch of play by Paul Stanfield. It's quality at the back. See Sean Duffy's come on for Cliftonville. George McMillan in the territory where we start to contemplate some alterations and refinements to his personnel here. Back inside from Jake Hirth. It's clipped forward. He's looking for the run of Jay Longridge. Two Blues players came to get that ball at once. Carter Campbell and Cameron Reid, and there was little communication between the two of them as they brought the Cliftonville player down. Alfie Anderson will take the free kick, takes it quickly as well. Stanfield. Opportunity for a shot. Charged down on this occasion. Kelly McMullen comes off for Cliftonville. And coming on for Cliftonville, it's Ben Shaw. Player has been in excellent form when we've covered the Reds this season. Has had the opportunity up with the 18s and the reserves as well. Let's see what he can do. Straight into the action here. Nips the ball around the corner. Shaw, opportunity potentially for a shooting chance here. Not to be this time as Corn Madden gets up from the ground. Alfie Anderson. It's strong in midfield. It's good from Cliftonville. Possession has been easy on the eye for the Reds, particularly for the neutral. To have that one-man advantage, mustn't forget that. Which definitely has changed the dynamic of this cup final. It's under 16 showpiece final. How fitting that this is the last game of the day. Reds against the Blues, and referee is going to have a word with, looks like Ben Shaw and Sonny Trainer. Jared McCauley going to have a word with the two guys, just asking them to ignore one another. Strong has come on for Linfield. And Reid going off for the Blues. Finley Ross couldn't hold on to possession, Max Strong. And that allows Morrison to come forward. Here's Madden again. Madden skips away from two players, cuts inside. Such pacey player, Corin Madden. In possession back again to the Reds. Lovely retention. Ball into the box, looks for Shaw. Chance maybe to cross again, and here he is! He's not long onto the pitch. We did say Ben Shaw has been in fine form this season, no matter which team he's been called into. And it's Ben Shaw within just a couple of minutes of being introduced by his manager George McMullen, and that surely wins it for Cliftonville. It's a fine introduction to this game. Coming off the bench, primed, and he did what Ben Shaw does best. Finds the roof of the net, and this is turning into a fine day for the Reds. For the Blues, it's a tough day at the office. Opportunity again for Cliftonville. But an uphill task for Linfield ever since they conceded their early goal in 10 minutes, and then came the penalty with the sending off. That was the treble blow, really. 2-0 down and a man down. Credit to the Blues, they've fought on. Finley Ross with the free kick. And at the back post, there you go. Goal back for the Blues. It was headed towards goal by Stephen Kelly. And Linfield still are not done here. It's Cliftonville 4. It's Linfield 2. And the Blues, as I say, they definitely haven't given up yet. 6 goals in this cup final. And that was such a well-worked move yet again. Stephen Kelly rising highest there. And how well did he place that ball with the head? So a chink of light, chink of hope. Can the Blues come back into this here? Time, of course, of the essence, 15 minutes to play, plus any stoppages. Ball down the line looking for May again. Good shepherding by Paul Stanfield. Communication with Owen McIlnerney. And the Reds slow the play down again. Content to they keep ball. They know the Blues need to push up. Linfield need to force the issue here. Did well there. Finlay Ross to nip in, pick up possession. It's Jack Quayle who's come on for the Blues. Place of Matthew McCann, I think it was. So again, neat step over. It turned out to be a case of what might have been for Linfield. They had have stayed in a scenario where it was 11 on 11. It's tough on Reece Davidson, to be fair. If he hadn't have been the last man, of course, it would have been just a yellow. Such are the laws of the game, though. Jared McCauley would liaise with his assistant, and together they concluded what the Linfield defender was the last man. So 12 minutes to go. Cliftonville 4, Linfield 2. Short throw from Trainer. It looks like there's a corner kick coming up for Finlay Ross here. Interesting if the Blues were to get a third goal here. It would set us up for quite the finish here at Ulidia. Headed back in across the 6-yard box and on to the top of the crossbar from the left back, Sonny Trainer. A whisker away of making it 4-3 there. Jude Quinn has come on for David Green for Cliftonville. St. Green had an excellent game here. So Reds in possession. Linfield just waiting for slightest of errors here. Alfie Anderson putting Carter Campbell under pressure. Wins the throw in. Shane McGarry will take it. McGarry plays 1-2 with Emmett Morrison. Now the ball with Ryan Lagan. Two, Lagan and Quinn. Reds just keeping possession. It's a bit like a training game at times, and the Blues just relying on a misplaced pass like that and trying to take full advantage. And the little card's out of the referee's pocket, and it's Ryan Lagan, I think, who's going to go in the book here for Cliftonville. There's a second yellow card there. Potentially, it's been shown to Ben Shaw. The referee saying 15. So Cliftonville just need to stay disciplined come the end of this game. Stanfield. He's just walking the ball out from the back. Blues really do need to take a chance now. That's good. Closing down by Jack May. Good turn from May as well. There's the 1-2 with Finlay Ross, and on then to Kelly. Solid defending from Cliftonville, picked up by the industrious Finlay Ross. Jack Quayle dispossessed. And a bit of thump downfield. And there's support and encouragement coming on from the sidelines. Reds leading by 4-2. Lagan. Back to Stanfield. ball. Just looking for the run of Morrison. He's ably supported by Ben Shaw. Shaw's attempted a return pass, though, goes straight into touch, and Linfield try to make yardage down this near touchline. It's May giving chase. Sean Duffy on. And he comes clear with possession. Look at a switch of play. Right to Duffy. And then Duffy going to support play as well. Morrison. Forward pass to Shaw. He loses out this time around.
Come on, Sonny.
Trainer, that's a late challenge in there. I think it was Jude Quinn there with the challenge. Heavy challenge at that. Blues keen with 5 minutes to go to get play back underway as quickly as they can do. Finlay Ross ball, super ball as well. So clock running down. Blues need 2 goals. Here's Sonny Trainer. Trainer again. And confirmation of those yellow cards for Brian Lagan. And then for Ben Shaw for Cliftonville.
Yeah, win, big win.
Blues still going here. Surely that's a free kick. Blues players been sent forward in numbers here. Cameron Reid looks to have come on here and had taken a quick free kick. Finlay Ross with the attempted cross, but what's happened here is that Cliftonville breaking in numbers with Madden, and just too much on it at the end. Eamon Tuhill have one corner kick though, which is a good consolation prize at this stage of the game with a 2-goal buffer. Here comes that corner kick. And McLean on, and Killian Murray on for Cliftonville. The ball's headed up and over the top. Coming off for Cliftonville there was Tuhill and Morrison. He's just come on. There's Warren McLean. Campbell forced to go back to his goalkeeper. And the ball's with Jake Harris. It's good from Jack May. Just couldn't stay on his feet though. And lost possession. Fortunately for him, now into the last minute of normal time in this under-16 Northern Ireland Youth Football Association Cup final between Cliftonville and Linfield. And it looks like the Reds are going to be taking the cup back to Solitude. Senior team, of course, missed out on Saturday. Lost to Duncannon Swifts. The under-16s making somewhat amends for that. Certainly have been the team on top here today from the off. Arguably helped by that one-man advantage, and the free kick there for foul on Alfie Anderson. Yellow card shown to Max Strong. Oh, lovely take from Corin Madden. Great skill. Can he get his third? Look to pull the trigger. Did in the end, and it ricochets nicely for Linfield goalkeeper Max Sykes. Here's Madden again. Inside. And the opportunity for a shot didn't quite work out for Warren McLean. Here come Linfield. Can they get what would ultimately, you'd have to say, be only a consolation here? Solid defending from Paul Stanfield. Glenn Murray. Murray. Now Ben Shaw. Lovely switch of play there. Still haven't given up with the 4 goals here. They want a 5th to the Reds. Opportunity to test the keeper again. Not this time for Alfie Anderson. Couldn't be too much stoppage time. You wouldn't have thought here. This could well be the last action of the game. Ball runs again all the way through. Sean Duffy allowing the ball to run to Owen McIlnerney. Could be a break on here for Cliftonville. And still have men forward in numbers. An opportunity for a shot which he couldn't resist. Shane McGarry this time around. Cliftonville running the clock down. In on the far side to the Reds. Anderson to Madden. Reporters now asking for that coveted final whistle. And there is the final whistle of a game in which Cliftonville dominated, particularly after that sending off. It was a fine first half performance. It saw Cliftonville lead by 3-1. Corin Madden with 2 goals and a penalty from Emmett Morrison after Reese Davidson had been sent off on 16 minutes for Linfield. Jack May scored a goal to claw Linfield back into the game. After the break then, Cliftonville brought on Ben Shaw, who made it 4-1. Stephen Kelly converted with an excellent header 2 minutes after that to make it 4-2, and that's how it stayed here at Ulidia in Belfast. It's Cliftonville's day. The cup is going to Solitude full time here in Belfast. Cliftonville 4, Linfield 2.